What is up, all my lovely subjects? It's Master Salazar here. And today, I will be telling all of you why I love The Pretty Reckless. I did do a story time a while back about how I got into The Pretty Reckless. I'm pretty sure. It wasn't that long ago, I don't think. It was 2 months ago. And apparently it only has 7 views. But yeah, like I've said before, this video isn't going to be like the story time of how I got into this band. Just a description of why I like them and their music and everything. So, yeah. I listened to all 3 albums that The Pretty Reckless has released so far a few months ago, and the Pretty Reckless EP, and like 3 songs from the Hit Me Like a Man EP. So, since I talked about my favorite songs from each album that The Pretty Reckless has released so far in my story time about how I got into them, I'll just talk about songs I like from these albums. Let's start with The Pretty Reckless EP. Make Me Wanna Die. You guys already know how I feel about Make Me Wanna Die. It's my favorite song from The Pretty Reckless. I guess since I already talked about that in the last video, I can move on. So this EP had 3 songs: Make Me Wanna Die, My Medicine, and Going Down. Going Down wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't that great of a song in my opinion. It was okay, but just, like, it's the last song on The Pretty Reckless's first EP, The Pretty Reckless EP. And the sound on that song specifically isn't that great to me. It's okay, but it's not as good as the 2 before it. But My Medicine also doesn't sound great, but it's a little better than Going Down. But basically, I felt like when I listened to the Pretty Reckless EP, the songs, how do I put this? They didn't get worse as I went through it, but the sound made me like each song a little bit less than the one before it as I went through these 3 songs on the Pretty Reckless EP. So, yeah, it was very interesting when I listened to the Pretty Reckless's first EP. Light Me Up. Let's move into this. This album is probably, now that I think about it, it's probably my favorite album from the Pretty Reckless. Partially because it has my favorite song from the Pretty Reckless, Make Me Wanna Die, and like it also has My Medicine, and I like the title track, Light Me Up, and Going Down, and You. Just the Light Me Up album, even though they took 2 songs from the Pretty Reckless EP and put them on the Light Me Up album, it's not my favorite album from the Pretty Reckless, even though it has my favorite song from the Pretty Reckless on it, Make Me Wanna Die. Because Going to Hell, their second album, is my favorite one, which I find very weird, but that's how it ended up working for me. I don't know why. Heaven Knows is my favorite song from the Going to Hell album. With this entire Going to Hell album, most of it sounds like Taylor Momsen just went off and she was pissed about some things. I feel like, in my opinion, the Going to Hell album, it got a little dark, but not too dark, just a little bit. But it didn't get as dark as their most recent album, Who You Sellin' For? Because, like, they released their most recent album 3 years ago, right? So, Who You Sellin' For it's a great album, but most of it sounds like Taylor Momsen was possibly going through depression 3 years ago when she wrote the Who You Sellin' For album. I could be totally wrong, but just some of the songs just sound depressing to me. Like the opening track, The Walls Are Closing In, and Hangman, which is kind of a double song, I guess. I don't know how that worked, but that, Take Me Down, Prisoner, Back to the River, Already Dead, and The Devil's Back. Especially The Devil's Back. That one was very depressing, in my opinion. It's a very good song, but mainly I feel like it talks about Taylor Momsen talking about, like, demons of depression coming back into someone's life, but I'm not sure if Taylor Momsen suffers from depression. She might, but I don't know. So, I don't want to say that she does, because I have no idea, but that's the vibe I got from The Devil's Back. It's been 3 years since they released this entire album, Who You Sellin' For, and I guess now the Pretty Reckless is working on their 4th album. Right? Yeah, this will be their 4th full-length album, because Light Me Up was their first full-length, Going to Hell was the second one, and Who You Sellin' For is the 3rd and most recent full-length from the Pretty Reckless. So now they are working on their 4th full-length album. I have no idea what they're gonna call it, because we don't have any singles for it yet. But I doubt that at any point they will make a self-titled album, because their very first EP was self-titled, the Pretty Reckless EP. So they could do a self-titled album at some point, but I don't really think that they will, because of the fact that they have a self-titled EP. Like, it's kind of like Falling in Reverse with my thoughts on the Pretty Reckless making a self-titled album, because Falling in Reverse made a self-titled EP that was, it's technically unreleased, but, and it sounds like crap, but that was Falling in Reverse's self-titled EP, because they just called it Falling in Reverse. Well, technically it was From Behind These Walls, because that was the original name for Falling in Reverse, because Falling in Reverse was formed when the original members were all still at High Desert State Prison here in Nevada, because they're all from Vegas. But that has nothing to do with the Pretty Reckless, except for in the sense that I don't feel like they will make a self-titled album, because they have a self-titled EP. So Falling in Reverse might do it, considering the fact that they were originally called From Behind These Walls when they released their EP that they released in 2009. But I don't know. But I don't feel like the Pretty Reckless will do it, but they might. But yeah, I guess that's why I really like the Pretty Reckless, because they make amazing music. Taylor Momsen is great at writing lyrics. All 3 of them are great at writing music, and they make really good sound together. And I really cannot wait for their next album, because I love the Pretty Reckless so much. But anyway, yeah. So I guess I don't have anything else to say. So this has been Master Salazar. I will see my lovely subjects in my next video.